Hi. Hi. How are we all? Quick thing before the episode starts, as we are still getting used to the equipment, as everything is different and things obviously don't go to plan. The camera fully corrupted the first half of this episode, and so in place, we're just going to have the background for now. I deeply am sorry, but we can't really do anything about it. Like we said in the episode, Rob is back next week. Hopefully then the card will be happy, so we'll have lesser issues. But for now, please do enjoy, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you. How do I turn this off?
It's like, fucking hell, 14 quid for like a spa, that's piss cheap.
I've never been to a spa.
No, neither. Recently. What are you supposed to do in a spa? I think I'd just get bored.
You get bored?
Yeah. No, because when you're having a bath for too long and then you're just alone with your thoughts.
Personally, I don't really have baths because I don't like them. It's strange to me, baths.
What, just sitting in your own...
I feel like a fish.
Hot film.
I just feel like a fish that's slowly drowning.
Did you not used to play mermaids?
Right, okay. I don't want to talk about bathing.
This is now the bathing podcast.
I wish Rob were here.
Bed, Bath and Beyond.
Bed, Bath and Suicide.
That's a really shit name for a shop.
Sounds like a...
You go to sleep, you have a bath, and then you jump off.
It's the next installation for Next. It's Bed, Bath and Suicide. Oh, come buy a candle where you can buy rope. I'm going to cut that
It's
out.
rope-scented candle.
Rope-scented For fuck's sake.
None of us have mental health issues.
Oh, God.
Do you also get your sertraline tasting sweets?
There was some...
Oh God, is this a real thing?
Right, so... I had it in my notes, and it was like a good opener.
Right, I have an icebreaker.
Is it a fat panda?
No, what?
Fat polar bear.
Yeah,
sorry.
how much does a polar bear weigh? Enough to break the ice. Hi, my name's Rachel.
What's that from?
I don't know.
No, I've heard that before. I want to say 2.5 Men.
I'm sure they invented it.
Well, a lot of things came from 2.5 Men. So much. So much.
So much.
God almighty. No, right.
I think we should put some elevator music over this.
I'm getting there. Right.
But it's just so much fun to bully you. Are you just going through mountains upon mountains of shopping lists?
No.
No.
I had a bear fact.
A bear fact?
Bear fact.
You got bear facts?
It's just shit that comes up for me, and it's like, oh yeah, did you know? And then really, sometimes like, oh, I didn't actually know that. Sometimes I'm just fucking dumb.
Did you get this from TikTok?
No. Oh, alright, bats, fuck it.
I'm just going to make sure my phone's on silent.
Yeah, that was it. That's my bat one.
What a great start.
Fuck off. Right. Bat droppings can be used to make gunpowder. Fun fact.
Oh.
And on that note, hello all. I'm here, sadly. And Rob is currently away this week, and he doesn't know that we're recording. He's on holiday seeing his grandparents, or his grandparents are seeing him. It's one or the other. Is that recording?
I don't know. Did you press the button?
It's fine.
Don't press the shutter button. You've got to press the recording button.
I don't know what that is. That's recording. Anyway, hi. Rob is not here. He's away. So I'm stuck with our first technical guest. Technically, very technically, it's Rachel.
Hi.
For some fucking reason, because Rob hates me. So welcome.
I can just leave. I can just go.
Probably be a better. Well, actually, never mind. You know what? Fuck it. It won't. I was gonna say it'd be a better episode, but turns out it's not. Turns out it's really not.
Ready and raring.
God, it's been a long Monday morning. It's been a very long Monday morning.
I just want it to be known that as we're recording this, it's only 2:15.
Fucking hell. Anyway, you've never been properly. We don't have a format essentially, but you understand kind of where we go from and what we're about. We don't have set things to talk about. It's kind of just what comes off the top. So I feel like Graham Norton that. I feel like Graham Norton when he's like stumped.
Where's my glass of wine?
Fuck your glass. We don't drink. I mean, you could have brought your mug.
Yeah, I'm scared of it breaking though. I do every time I see it. I'm thinking, I should bring it up with me.
No, I've like just banged the mic. I've slammed it on shit.
It's so precious and lovely.
There's only 4 in existence, and well, we don't know. There might be more. There's only 4 in existence. You have 1. I have mine, and Rob has his, even though it stays here.
Who's the other one?
Beth got it.
Love that.
It was cheaper to get 2 producer mugs than getting 1 of each. So we're like, who can use it? Instead of us keeping it here, for like actual use, we'll give it to Beth.
That's quite cute, actually.
Yeah. So I think it's now in her kitchen cupboard somewhere. I think apparently she still uses it. I wouldn't be surprised if we broke it.
They just appear. We don't make
appear.
them.
Well,
they just
Dad uses mine than I do. Dad, it's always in the wash because Dad uses it.
They're a good size.
They're a good mug. It's a good size mug. Welcome to Mug Talk.
They just immediately make anything in them taste so much better.
I know. That's why you should buy one.
Have we plugged the Redbubble on here? I don't think we have.
I want to change it from Redbubble.
Yeah.
Maybe it goes straight to us and we just order it somewhere else. But obviously, Redbubble, we have to do all for it.
Redbubble has kind of fake connotations.
It's not.
It's where you get your.
It's not fake, right? It's not fake. It's fan stuff.
Unofficial.
It's unofficial merch.
Yeah.
But ours is official.
That's
because
the thing.
We designed it. He says in air quotes. Our names are off by us. Your executive producer thing is us, but we paid them for our logo because I can't draw for shit.
we are 3 creative people
ish
who
can't fucking draw with a pencil.
Me and Harry nearly failed and did
kind of
fail a unit at university that was
bullshit. You might have to go a bit closer to your mic. I can't really hear you. Don't lick it. Rob gets really pissy with it. Did you ever know that the first time we recorded, obviously we didn't do it here. We did it at the booth at uni, and we had the mic. The 2 mics.
Yeah.
So we had one of these at the time. I went, right, I don't like this mic because of this, and it was crap. It sounded horrific. So I brought this one with us, or it was like that one. We had Rob's first, technically, and mine came after. And he used to bring a little one. I don't know if he still does it. He used to, before we had these shield guards, we just have to sit really far back and make sure we didn't spit on them. And we didn't have any wing guards. So he used to hand sanitizer spray it because I feel like I've just spat all over it.
It's just so
I don't know if he still does it. I don't see him I feel like he just puts it away now. He just puts it back into place because these just live here now.
He might want
not saying my room's decorative in the fact that I've got shit everywhere.
No, but I feel like it's personalised shit. It's shit that represents you.
Sandpaper,
my
Cine Wheel card, SD cards.
Yeah. Some tape.
some keys, lots of masking tape. Fucking love me some masking tape. What else? I've got a knife, another knife, an axe, some scissors, and safety goggles that I've worn once.
God, this is riveting.
It's
It's
right.
so
Okay,
exciting.
back. All right. On to the good topics. Last week me and Rob talked about to stop fighting in a car, listen to classical music, listen to classic FM. It calms you down, yada yada yada. And then we brought up Midsummer Murders.
Yes.
So going on Midsummer Murders, I was just walking through the house and Mum had it on, and as I was walking through, my brain just went into like bliss. I was just walking through the house, not paying attention, and then all of a sudden, Mum started. The intro started at the exact same point as I walked past the door, so it started playing. And I was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm all calm now." But then it brought me on to another thing. I was like, "Does music make?" For me, if the music is shit in a film or a TV show, it makes hell of a difference if I enjoy it or not.
Yes.
Going
Yeah.
back onto what I've seen recently with Good Omens and Heartstopper, both are spot on.
Yeah.
Like, the music fits it right. Heartstopper makes you feel nice and warm and a bit loving, and then, like, it does change depending on the mood of the characters. Good Omens is just, like, it's fucking mental, so it works. But then I was watching... I'm planning this fight scene, and I've been using... I've got for a bunch of, like, different types of fights and how they're shot and doing this, and I was... Sorry, I just banged the mic again. And I was listening to it, and I realised that depending on the music changes the reason for the fight. So the
Yeah.
first one in Captain America Winter Soldier, the elevator fight, the music is very much quiet, but it's snappy and it's quick and it's very much American. And then compared to Bucky's knife fight in the highway street or whatever,
Yeah.
you hear his theme underneath, the very big, very... I can't even describe what it is. It's his character's theme.
Hopefully everyone has watched Winter Soldier.
Yeah, but if you haven't watched Winter Soldier,
Go watch it.
you're a fucking weirdo.
Go watch it. What are you doing?
It's meant to be the best MCU film. I have an opinion on it. I'm not going to share it.
I just like Sebastian Stan.
It's all right. I enjoyed it. It's just like whether Civil War is my favorite because
It's
Spider-Man's
not
there.
my favourite Captain America film.
I'm guessing Winter Soldier is
No, it isn't.
the first one.
Yeah.
I do like the first one, and I'm guessing you like it because it's a war film.
Yes and no.
Then why? All right, okay, go on.
I feel... I like that it's a war film,
Yeah.
but that's not the be-all, end-all. I think I just like that, obviously, because I watched it first.
Well, yeah, it is one
Yeah.
of the first ones.
And, like, Peggy is just one of my favourite characters ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously you just get a lot more of her in that film.
There's a lot of there's a lot of Peggy and starting his relationship.
Yeah.
My issue with Captain America is that everything in his storyline is either Peggy or Bucky.
Yeah.
He doesn't just have a I'm American, so America storyline. Because that's just his shtick. It's that he's a patriot, so his views are the same. Even though he thinks he's innocent, he's basically just a glorified prick, to be fair.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, no, he's my best friend. He couldn't do that. All right, you're being supportive. But he did kill a bunch of people.
It's not his fault that he's a murderer,
Yeah.
but he did murder a bunch of people.
Yeah. It's a load of... They could have... It's like, oh, every film is about Bucky.
Yeah.
It couldn't just be like another character. Or... I don't know. It's hard because I get it. It's his soft spot. And then the rest is America and Eagles and shit.
He just needs to be away from cold water for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
something
like...
not to do
Oh,
with cold.
yeah, Tony, we've fought in so many more battles than we did with Bucky. But he is my best friend because I got bullied when I was a skinny, short guy.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. But Tony saved your life multiple times over that.
And Tony is also a prick, but...
He acknowledges that he's
Yeah.
a prick. Like, it's fully understandable that if you had the power of the Iron Man suit and you found out the guy who killed your parents is your friend's best friend, quotes, then why would you not be like, the fuck?
Yeah.
I will kick your ass.
Yeah. It's like, Yeah, but he didn't mean it.
But he did mean it.
But
You have to admit it.
He did.
But anyway, the music for Captain America does change anyway, and yada yada yada. What is your like top soundtracks that make the film what it is? Because what we've seen recently helps so much, and music for me is a big part of movies and TV.
See, I know it's going to be like going back to favourite shows, but Doctor Who, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just Murray Gold as a composer.
I think because they haven't had to change a lot of it, just says a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it just works.
Just think about, if you haven't seen Doctor Who, again, what are you doing? But when David Tennant regenerates...
God, yeah.
And
the song of what's it called?
Song,
the choir song.
Yeah, the Uda singing.
Yeah.
And having that and just him crying and all the fire and stuff with the TARDIS burning down. That is heartbreaking how good that is.
It's like David Tennant and music just work really well. Like Broadchurch. Oh,
also
love me an angry Scot.
Also get David Tennant away from Derek Jacobi because he causes issues.
It's like, oh, we'll write a story. We'll get David Tennant. Who can he get pissed off by? Michael Sheen.
Michael Sheen. Fuck's sake.
But it's like some of my favourite ones, like TV intros. Community.
Yes.
Fucking love Community.
Yeah.
It's a banging song. And then it's like you think, oh, who wrote that? Oh, the guy who did the Lorax. Okay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So the 88 did the Community intro years, obviously not years prior, but before like the Lorax, I think. They were on How I Met Your Mother as well as the Stoner band. So obviously they must have started off small, like any band. They started off small, and then they did the Community song, and then they did. Have you ever listened to the whole song?
Yeah,
it's great.
It is good. It's really good.
And then they did the Lorax soundtrack. So for them, there's a lot to that. Everything about Community, right? I'm gonna go back to my point from going back to season 1 of this anyway, or series 1. Sorry, Rob. Going back to this, there is so much in the world that Community has to thank, that people have to thank Community for.
Yeah.
Because without Community, a lot of what we have now would not be around.
You wouldn't have Miles Morales.
You wouldn't have Miles Morales. We wouldn't have Donald Glover's music career or acting career. Daddy. And then
fucking love Childish Gambino. He's so good.
Oh, love me some Redbone. What an album. Give me some Redbone in every day. Right. So we wouldn't have Donald Glover. We wouldn't have we would have the 88, but it wouldn't be as big, I don't think. We wouldn't have Miles Morales. We wouldn't have Across the Spider-Verse or Into the Spider-Verse. We wouldn't have actually anyone who plays anyone in either Across the Spider-Verse or Into the Spider-Verse acting as a Spider-Man. We'd never have.
No.
So Andy Samberg's now a Spider-Man, an iconic fucking Oscar Isaac as a Spider-Man, Jake Johnson as a Spider-Man, Haley Steinfeld as a Spider-Man, or Spider-Woman, sorry. But again, the list goes on.
Yeah.
And then there's stuff like Anthony and Joe Russo would not be as big.
No.
So we wouldn't have Captain America Winter Soldier.
Exactly.
And we wouldn't have the Avengers Endgame, and we wouldn't have Infinity War, and we wouldn't have Civil War, and we wouldn't have a lot because of Community.
It's just mental how...
We wouldn't have Rick and Morty without fucking Community.
The butterfly effect that you get.
It's literally like the show that started fucking everything in the world that makes, I don't know, me happy, I guess. Like,
you really like Community.
I fucking love Community.
You love Community.
I'm so excited for the film. I just hope it's not shit. I hope Donald Glover comes back. Gillian Anderson's going to be in it.
Oh.
Fucking love me some Gillian Anderson.
Oh, I love her.
Fucking
so
love Gillian. I can't speak today. Slow.
It's just one of those days.
Slow burner of my brain not working. What else could be? We wouldn't have that iconic meme shot of Donald Glover. Danny Glover's died. Sorry. Donald Glover walking in with pizzas in his hand, and everything's just to shit. That is like
there's
but that
so
episode,
much iconic stuff in there.
So when anyone goes like through a hardship in life, that's my go-to episode.
Yeah.
Oh, if he didn't break up with you or she didn't break up with you. It's just a roll of the dice. And if that dice is not the same, and this dice, if you didn't roll the dice, it would have carried on. But if you got a 1, you would have gone and done this way. If you got a 2, literally, like, I could have walked, if I didn't go to where I work now, I would have gone somewhere else. And I wouldn't have met this, and this person. I wouldn't have done this, and that.
I honestly believe in fate. I honestly do.
I don't really believe in fate. I think things happen for maybe a certain reason. Like, I can't even think. Like, talking about relationships and stuff, like, if I went out with that person or I went out with this person, if I went out with...
But if you hadn't have gone through your past relationships...
I would never have got to Lucy.
You would have never got to Lucy.
It's literally like...
And we love Lucy, so...
We love Lucy. It's... I mean, the fate of having even Loki...
Yeah.
It was slim fucking... Not even slim pickings. That's what I meant. It was literally luck of the draw. We applied to many different rescues.
Yeah.
We didn't mind, you know, we were happy wherever, but the reason why we didn't, some people, like when we did the documentary, they asked me, why didn't you get someone local? I'm like, because I didn't really want a staffy or a husky or a one-eyed pug.
No.
it was very slim pickings at the time that we got a dog because everything happened because of COVID. So just after COVID, we got Loke, and it was a bunch of puppies that we couldn't have the time to look after, so we wanted something a little bit older. He's still a shit, but I don't care. But it was just... Right, they literally we didn't hear any of them. We put things saying, oh yeah, can we have like a video call to have a chat with you about this dog. We had chats and stuff, and it was just, we got an email saying, hi, we've got this dog, we believe he's 2, perfect age, he's old enough. I'd say toilet trained, he fucking wasn't. He was nothing. And we were like, okay, he looks, I don't know, he looked about the same size as a small Alsatian, give or take. He fucking big. We thought he would be just, alright, no, bit taller than a beagle, about beagle-ish size. No, I can't even...
No. He was a skinny boy when you first got him.
Oh, he was severely...
Skinny boy.
Severely underweight. You could play the marimba on his chest. Shit you not. It was fucking heartbreaking to see him. He was skinny. He couldn't stand up. He looked lost. And it wasn't because of this document. They had him literally for 30 days. They had 30 days after that, shot in the head. Because it's cheaper than injecting.
Yeah, that is the sad reality of a couple of...
We've got 2 days left on him. If you do want him, you know, say yes within the next 42 hours. If not, you know...
He's going, unfortunately.
Me and Mum called me down. She was like, what do you think? I went... We always wanted a hound. Always. Remember that advert had a basset on it?
Oh, yeah.
It was like house insurance. I'm like, oh, he's so cute. He's so chubby. He's got loose skin. You could... And then... I don't know.
Sorry?
Okay.
You flossing?
With his cheeks. Yeah. So we were like, yeah, okay, we'll take a chance. Mum, they went all the way down up the country, dropped all these dogs off. Sorry, camera. And
I'm keeping an eye on it.
And we got him, and I had to go to work the same night. And I was kind of miffed that, you know, I couldn't be there for the same night.
Yeah.
But he just went straight to bed. He had a fucking huge tea. I mean, now he's a scabby bastard he ate off my sandwich this morning.
He's not been well behaved today.
No, he's had a right fucking little shit all day. It's driving me mental. Like, normally he has his moments, and he's 5 now. He gets very excited every now and again, but he's getting up there. All his eyes around here is grey.
I know.
So he's getting up there, bless him, but he's still young and he's fine. He's had no issues.
He's a silver fox.
I mean, he's ate a lot of shit that he should not have ate, and he's been fine. He's been through a lot, so
he'll be fine.
I mean, he walked into 3 different things last week. He walked into a tree, a car, and a pole.
He does bang his head a lot.
He bangs his head a lot.
He does bang his head a lot.
It's very concerning.
But I bang my head a lot as
but
a child.
When I took him to the vet because he had something in his paw, she was like, "Oh yeah, everything seems fine. You know, he's not overweight or underweight." I'm like, "I don't know, the fuck he's not half dead." To be fair, it was mental. But talking about Loke, me and Lou went to see Haunted Mansion the other day. It was alright. It was alright. Don't, because Rob gave me the whole bullshit shtick of it of why didn't I come with you. I'm like, well,
Fine.
it was very
No.
good.
I have a friend that I'm gonna go take to it because it's very much her stuff. So
Best part for me was Dan Levy's cameo. It's not a spoiler because as the film starts, it literally says Dan Levy. I'm like, oh, okay, so you could have kept it a secret,
yeah.
but like he just plays himself. I feel like he just played himself.
Guest.
Yeah, like it was just like, but it was like it was in the starring thing. I was like, okay, where is he then? And then when he comes on, you're like, it's more of a cameo.
Yeah, he's there.
He's just there.
Was
But it
was
worked.
it like a Stan Lee thing where he's just sort of there for the sake of being there?
No, because there's no reason for him to be there.
Okay.
Who else? There is an actual cameo, which they don't credit until at the end, obviously, which I'm not going to say out. But it's a very good one. And once you see it, you're like, oh my god. Main cast were brilliant. Lakeith Stanfield was fucking superb. I shit you, he was superb. His acting was brilliant. Danny DeVito just plays Danny DeVito. I couldn't tell the difference between his character in this and Frank in Always Sunny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just Danny DeVito at this point. He's at that age where it's just himself. Oh, actually, no, he's been himself the entire time.
He's got the cred to play himself now.
Yeah, true. The what's her name? Girl who plays Ahsoka. The main girl.
What?
She was really good.
What am I gonna know her from?
I only know her from Ahsoka. I'm just gonna get the cast.
Yeah.
Just gonna get the cast. Her from the first Knives Out.
What, the one that plays the?
Not Anna de Armas. She's in Halloween as well. My brain's so dead.
I haven't watched Knives Out in ages. Just have a quick Google break. Don't mind us.
Tiffany Haddish was like the weakest one.
You don't mean Toni Collette? No, it wouldn't be Toni.
Do you know
Collette,
Jamie
is
Lee
it?
Curtis?
Jamie Lee Curtis. You forgot Jamie Lee Curtis.
Trust me. Literally, this film kind of came and went. I was like, I got into bed that night and I went, I don't remember anything that's happened.
Yeah.
Like, it was a good plot and the plot works.
But it's not. It's a film.
I need to rewatch it. Definitely need to rewatch it.
It's a Halloween. Even though it's come out.
Even though it's
this
fucking
month,
August, Disney. Why is it not come out in October?
It's a Halloween film.
It ends on October. It ends on Halloween.
Maybe I should just put it on my watch list for this year and just wait until then. Might do that.
I don't think it'll be on Disney Plus. With how Disney's hemorrhaging at the minute, I don't think it's going to go on Disney Plus until at least New Year, give or take.
Shame.
Right. So Tiffany Haddish was the weakest one.
Right.
She was definitely the weakest one. She got on my nerve every now and again. Owen Wilson was just Owen Wilson. He was quite good.
Good job.
He didn't say wow. I got very upset. That or I missed it. Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
Ahsoka for me. She was good. The main girl, and then I can't remember her son. Chase Dillon. He was very good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's nothing like for a kid actor. It was a bit like Heartstopper.
Kid actors are getting really good these days.
I don't think they are.
Well,
American kid actors are still all right. British kid actors are wank.
So apart from Heartstopper, they're all really good. But they're 18, 19, 20.
Trained.
Yeah.
They're not 18, 19. They're meant to be doing their GCSEs.
No, but
they're like 18,
Joe
19.
Locke's 19, Kit Connor's 20, I think.
The weirdest one that I was very doubtful of with the cast was Jared Leto. And I have a hatred for Jared Leto. Not because, his music's alright, has its moments.
So
Dressing up as a cat at the Met Gala was questionable by many standards.
It was
questionable.
You know what the theme of the Met Gala was? It was what's his name? It was some guy's cat. That was the theme.
He just died, didn't he?
Yeah.
It was all right to be out of respect. And then
sorry, fashion people.
Yeah, let us know.
Please write down in the comments.
Someone reminded me of the show that I was trying to think of last week, and it was New Tricks.
Oh,
I don't know if
thank you.
I don't know if that's still going, but they should bring it back. Fucking love New Trick. That's a good intro music. That's some good fucking intro music.
I feel like we need to circle back to that at some point.
Have you not been here for like half the show? Like, this is what happens.
I just sort of sit there and take notes.
Haunted Mansion.
Yes.
Jared Leto, you only see his actual face as a drawing. And he's the voice of the villain. So he's mainly a CGI ghost. The CGI, mind you, not too bad because they matched the artwork and the style that they chose in the Disney parks for the actual ride. So, like, it's the sunken in eyes, and it's like...
I like that.
So it matches how the ride is meant to be, because it's meant to be based very much on the ride.
Yeah.
And they have reference to, like, you know, the family at front of it?
Yes.
And they're all like, they died from this, this, and this. At some point, there's a reference to each one who died from, like, poisoning, getting shot. And it was like
that.
that's how they should do to connect it.
Yeah.
Not like Jungle Cruise, where it's like, I am the Rock. Jack Whitehall is gay. Here is Emily Blunt. That is it.
I feel like
we're on a boat in the rainforest. The end. Fucking
Give us your
waste.
Give us your money.
I didn't even pay to see that. I'd wait until Disney Plus.
Oh,
I still don't even pay for that. I'm on Rob's.
I'm on my uncle's.
Well, Rob uses my Paramount, so.
Yeah, he uses our Netflix. See, it's all about... Well, not anymore.
Well, apparently Disney's going to start doing that.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Or Amazon or something. Another one's cracking down on it.
It's so annoying because
set up a family plan, right?
I have a family plan for Netflix. So my parents have it. My sister's still on it, but my sister lives in her own house now. She can't use the Netflix.
Does it say you have to get your own account?
Yeah.
It's such a load of bullshit.
It says this TV is not like associated with this account just because she doesn't live in our house.
That shit.
It's so annoying.
Wait, you pay for a family membership?
No, I
I
don't.
was going to fucking say, I wouldn't.
I don't.
Jesus, fuck him.
Thanks, Mum and Dad.
But the things that I pay for at the minute are Spotify.
Yep.
Netflix, which I might actually cancel soon.
I would.
Besides Heartstopper, nothing. I'm gonna get through my list of shit on Netflix and be like, okay, I need to double check all the films that I ever want to watch and just see where there are, and then I'm just gonna like Apple TV. I paid so much for Ted Lasso, and it wasn't even on the street. It wasn't even like out for another year, and I was like, yeah, I'll just keep it. I'll get round to watching it. Like, I just don't. Now it's just like, if I really want to watch something, I need to make sure that I watch it and set my heart to it. Otherwise, I'm just watching YouTube. What you call them? Like film, not film. Bugger! My brain cannot think.
A YouTuber on YouTube.
You know, Inside of Mind.
Yes.
What are they? Video essays.
Video essays.
Fucking video essays are the thing. Oh my god, there's some good shit out there.
I like the ones where it's like, why is this so expensive?
Yeah.
Love those.
There was one about...
Love those.
There's one about, obviously, why the Disney parks are expensive. And there was one... Obviously, we watched the one on Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
Yes.
That's fucking mental. But, like, it's comparing, like... Because all the video essays are either about real-life issues or it's about completely random crap.
Yeah.
So it's like... The one that I started watching when I should be doing other stuff is one about where the sun went. It's a whole ARG on Twitter. And he just started this account being like...
I love ARGs.
They're so fucking good. But he was like, oh, where's the sun gone? What should I do? Should I go outside or do that? And then like they change the story as it goes. And it's such a cool way of telling a story that I want to try eventually. It's just hard to kind of like do it quick enough and pick up the traction.
Yeah. Have I shown you Local 58?
No,
I need to. It's good. I think that's what it's called. It's either 48 or 58.
Yeah. Then it goes to like the back rooms and like online ARGs that aren't... Back rooms are good. It's just that...
It's been so oversaturated.
Yeah. Like there's a limit to back rooms that I can do. Like I watched... But then like you think like game theory and like film theory have been out there for years doing this.
Yeah. I'm going to say something controversial. I find game theory slightly annoying.
Fuck off. Leave.
Just a little bit.
No. Game theory is what... You didn't do a lot for me, but it's something that you're like, I see where you're going with this, but it makes total bullshit sense.
That's the thing. I feel like some things... Like, I watched one on Dear Esther, which is one of my favourite... It's not really a game. It's more of a walkthrough thing.
Right.
So you basically walk around this landscape. I think it's supposed to be set on a Scottish island.
Okay.
The soundtrack is gorgeous. It's really sad.
I like the music.
You end up jumping off the top of a cliff.
No point playing it. No point playing it. The one thing that I like about... I've never played a FNAF game. I've seen Markiplier play every one of them. It's kind of the game where it's like, I don't have the patience nor... mind
Yeah.
strength to kind of get through it. I want to play Breach because Breach doesn't.
Have you seen Breach Ruins?
I've seen a bit of it.
Yeah, that looks good.
Because the old ones, it was like, okay, the story behind it's cool, but like I like games where I'm either moving. It's like I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I never used to think that I'd play the newer Resident Evils. Like I stopped at 6. I thought 6 was shit. So shit that I'm sorry that if you have to tell a story in 3 different characters that then don't actually add up together is just stupid. So you play as Leon, Chris, and someone else.
Do the Detroit Become Human characters add up? Yeah, they do.
Sorry,
carry
yeah,
on.
because that actually has like
Marcus and
the girl.
Connor do. Marcus and Connor do.
they can all
Yeah.
add up if you get the right way
What's
of doing
the girl
it.
called?
But
Kara?
yeah,
Kara.
so with Detroit Become Human, the way they actually did it was a bit like a mind map. Is that
Yeah.
if you go yes or no, it then affects the next slot.
It's kind of
And
like
then you could go to the third option and
Yeah.
go yes or no. And then it goes to, you can have these ones. So all they line up. So all the characters could still line up.
Yeah.
With Resident Evil, if you made a change, it does not affect the
No.
other playtime. So like if you walk through a door that Chris is meant to walk through at the same time, you still don't see the other character. Because they didn't plan it out right. It's just 3 separate stories that have the same ish ending. That kind of meant to be like, this is their perspective of it.
Yeah.
This is this. But they're all meant to like be at the same. And it makes no sense.
I feel like that takes you out of it a bit.
It did, and like the story was a bit weak. Very weak, very fucking weak. But then I was like, okay, I've seen a bit of Biohazard, you know, the
Yeah.
one in the house.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
I'm not big on one. The camera was wank. Like the camera movement was like it was very stiff. They didn't because they haven't done a first
Yeah.
person yet, so like they didn't
Yeah.
really know. The gameplay's always been shit. It's the thing with Resident Evil is the story's been solid. They have A to B. It's a virus. It's bacteria. COVID.
Wow.
That'll be the next one. Telling you.
Oh, fuck's sake.
But and then it's like, okay, now you've got with Village. So Biohazard, you're like, okay, now you're a fungus person.
Mm-hmm.
Still kind of makes sense. I get it. It's still in the format of here's a dead person, but they ain't dead.
Mm.
It's a bacteria. 5 was like, oh dear, oh
Just
dear.
press it again. How long has it got?
10 minutes.
That's okay.
So 5 was really weird because it was like a slug thing inside the people, and then people were calling it racist because it was set in Africa, and you're like, very loose threads there. It's a game based in Africa. You're not going to get a lot of white people. I can't say that, can I?
Well, no, it's not going to be a lot of white people in Africa.
You were
If
set.
you go to South Africa and places like that,
Yeah,
which have
but
been
you,
colonised,
I can't remember where it was
yeah.
meant to be set, but I'm gonna fill that bit out anyway. Give myself a break.
Okay.
So it was set in Africa, so people were
Mhm.
calling it racist, and I was like, very loose threads here.
Okay.
And then, but it wasn't set like you say, like South Africa or Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
It was like dead center Africa.
Yeah.
You think, what's
So rural.
it was like villages, very
Yeah.
rural villages before, westernization. Woo woo. Indoor housing and plumbing. Great, don't get me wrong. But like this was very rural, like all of it was tents and like you have to follow dirt paths. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with this.
That's just hiking.
It's just yeah.
That's just hiking. That sounds fun.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. And
I
then the
enjoy
storyline was a
doing
bit like
that.
the way it ends. You punch a rock into a lava pit. It makes no sense unless you play the game. And then with the village, you are now going up against these vampire people and this fish person and the guy who can control metal. So I was like, but then like I played them and I'm like, you know what? Fair fucking play. These are very good. But going back to Haunted Mansion.
Lovely little tangent.
Because I can't
Just for
remember
you.
how I got there.
Don't know either.
One part made me quite sad. And the overall story is quite sad, especially for Lakeith Stanfield's character. But the one part that was very sad is that he goes into the gardeny bit
Yeah.
as, not really a spoiler, he goes to the ghost world, kind of. He becomes a ghost through astral planing, kind of. And amongst all these ghosts, there's a caretaker that was probably for the house at some point in the history of it. He had a dog. It was a hound. And I was like, oh no. And what was very sad is that you see him walking away at some point, and you see all the ribs because it's meant to be a ghost. And I was like, it looked like Lope when we first got him. So I was like, oh. So I just looked at Lou and I went, that's very sad.
Gonna have a cry.
But speaking of fucking cinemas, the guy who sat next to me, right? We booked it a few days.
We don't have good runs with people in cinemas, do we?
So it was me and Lou, and then someone at the other end.
Yeah.
So all the middle was free. He booked the ticket, same day, mind you, because I checked before we went in. He booked it whilst we were there in the same cinema as him, to sit right next to me. All the other rows
He wants to make a friend.
were fine. I would not touch
Wants
him
to
with a
make
6-foot
friends.
barge pole if I had the choice. He stunk. Like, and then he was like muttering under his breath and breathing like he was like, and also our screening was really quiet. Really quiet.
So you just had extra. Just what?
And then like a joke didn't land from me, and under his breath he went like, but quite loudly went, "That was shit." I was like, "All right, dude, chill out." But then the guy in front of Lou kept like standing up. This guy was 6'5" at least, taller than Rob, and he kept standing up, just walking out and coming back in. I'm like, you didn't have a drink with him. Haunted Mansion, though, very, very good. Very, very good.
I just want it to be known that in this summer weather, please wash yourself, wear deodorant, and let your clothes dry properly before putting them on. Because you may think that you don't smell. You do. But you do. You really do.
Yeah.
You really, really, really
And then if there's a gap, always, as a guy, you got 3 urinals, you take the ends. You leave the middle. Unless someone's desperate, you leave the middle. You got to give
Girls,
yourself some gappage.
Please make sure your sanitary products are all the way in the bin. Don't just leave them in the little
Yeah.
tray thing.
Yeah, just don't sit next to people.
Just
if
don't.
if
Just
there's
don't
a gap,
be.
you know,
Go away.
it's
We
like
don't like
sit
you.
you sit on a train. If there's a seat, right? There's 4 people,
Yep.
right? And you've got one person here, one person there.
Mhm.
If there's if there's a seat somewhere else free,
Yeah.
find it. If there's no more seats, then yeah, sit next to
And
that person.
please,
But ask.
Can the businessmen with the laptop stop taking a table of 4?
Yeah.
Sit on the tables of 2.
Well, no, because I'll sit on the table of 4 if I need my laptop.
If
but, you know,
you're on
big boy.
like a really quiet train, but the Liverpool Lime Street train
It's always busy.
is always busy.
And just if you are going to go on your laptop, just keep tucked in, you know?
Just fuck off. Just fuck
No. Don't be so mean. Right, okay, we're getting really off track. Yeah, train joke. Right. We're going to go for a break.
Cool.
I'm hungry again.
You hungry again? Get some food.
I know.
My house, my establishment.
Right, so during the break, so you've seen American Psycho,
I have.
right? This came up for me like last night. So it's the scene where he goes to kill Jared Leto, which is
Yes.
why this reminded me of It's what I'm trying to think of because of Haunted Mansion, because it's the only role I like him in because he does die.
Is it the hip to be squared scene?
Yeah, it's the hip to be squared scene.
Yes, I saw that.
This is the dullest fucking axe on the planet.
That has never had a blade ever on it.
I know it's got to be safety, but
That's not doing anything.
that is the round. That is could be used as a shovel or a spoon. That is not an axe. If you've seen American Psycho, find the scene on the visual people. The TikTok right here. I'll blow it up. And it's the dullest fucking axe ever. It's not even got like. If it had a point on that bottom bit, on the bottom bit of the axe, if I held it that way, so where it's meant to actually go in first. Kind of. If that bottom bit had a bit more of a sharpness, you can see it in the top. There's a bit of pointing in because that bottom bit's so round. It's more of a blunt object.
Yeah, so it's blunt
It's
trauma.
it's the shittest axe on the planet. Whether it's the shot or whatever.
No, there is not a blade on that.
Well, it's a blade.
It's not
obviously
a blade
like
on that.
wood covered in like tinfoil or something that's
Yeah.
been like smoothed out.
But that's not.
How can the prop
whack on the head?
whoever the prop master is? I'm sorry, but you couldn't have given it a bit of a sharpen or a bit dirty it up, hide the fact that it's blunt. I get that he's meant to be clean and tidy and you got money.
Yeah.
But like, come on. If it's an axe, it's got to look sharp.
And it does actually, like, axe him.
Yeah, it's implied that it goes into him, and it's not like blunt.
I mean, I get you can stab anyone with anything if you try hard enough.
Oh yeah,
but still.
So the one thing you were on about, you started learning etiquette.
Yes.
From William Hanson.
Well, I'm
William Hanson from
Sexted podcast,
The English Manor, and Help I Sexted my podcast, and the Help I Sexted podcast, the book, which is pre-ordered. Remember when I pre-ordered it?
Pre-ordered. When did you pre-order
we were in a lecture by like a bunch of guest speakers in a cinema, and I was like, "Oh, it's release day."
Did you record it when pre-order it when we were doing that thing at Broadway?
Did I what?
Did you pre-order it when we were at Broadway?
Yeah.
I don't remember that week.
Everything seemed to happen when I want to go do stuff or get something. Pre-orders come out when I don't have time or I'm somewhere else. Tickets for events, I've got other. I tried to get tickets for Lou for Jonas Brothers. She's got them because her mum did it at the same time. But I was like, yeah, I'll try and do it. Mm-hmm. Dippy, I take him to the vet. At the same time, they're meant to go live. I'm like, well, I
can't be angry at him.
I can do with the amount of fucking money it sent me back. He's fast on, to be fair. He's paws on his head. He's currently
a lovely
sleeping
croissant. He's a good.
He's currently sleeping on his head. No, he's in bean mode today.
You bean.
But yeah, I was like, the weirdest thing. Have you ever booked anything at like an awkward time? I bought Russell Howard tickets before going to a funeral.
Oh yeah, you did tell me that.
That was everyone's like ready to go, and I'm like, I've just got to wait for an email to come through to make sure I've sorted something. And I felt really awkward, but I was like, if I don't do it, and they sold out. And now, like, it was a great evening, but
I mean, I did a Depop shop in Electra before, but
what's Electra?
Electra.
In Electra, that's fine. I've seen people check stocks. I've seen people edit. Oh, have a guess. I've seen people edit videos. I've seen people do work that comes in the next day.
A lot of us play Minecraft.
Luca is that like the head. Like, have you seen his world?
Yes, I have.
It's fucking mental.
Brilliant.
It's so cool. I'll try and get him to send me a picture of it, and then I'll put it here. But it's sick as shit.
I'll tell you one thing though. I was at a family wake for my great aunt. It was sad, but it wasn't really. There was a lot of my family's very weird, eccentric. Two things happened at that wake. My two second cousins were taking orders for their Sensi business, which is a multi-level marketing pyramid.
What's Sensi?
Scheme. It's like candle wax melts and stuff like that.
So
they were taking orders for that at their mother's wake.
Money's money.
And
business is business.
And my second cousin, Joe's husband, Malk, was dressed as a fucking stormtrooper.
You know what? I won't have a problem with that.
And I was just sat there like, this...
Hang on. How old was this person?
This person who died?
No, the stormtrooper.
Oh, 40s. 40s, 50s.
And was it at the request of the beheathed? Is it beheathed? Bereaved?
Bereaved of the people that are mourning.
Was it a request on the person who died?
Probably, knowing Auntie Dorothy, probably.
Was she a Star Wars fan?
She was mad.
Let it slide.
She was great.
I like that slide.
But I was just at that wake going, this is how I want to go.
What's that quote?
That
really
is how
famous
I want to go.
Don't quote. I don't want to go like this. I want to go out with a bang or something.
Yeah.
Whatever that quote is. Bloke's just moved his head and he's now leaning on.
Turned on my laptop.
Probably sending out emails.
Oh.
What
is he actually doing? I think he's doing something.
He's going to lock your laptop.
He's typing something.
Hang on.
Just unattach the. What's he doing?
I fucking hate it here. No.
Let me go.
He's trying to get into your files.
No. I've got nothing on there.
It's only a Chromebook. I used to have a Chromebook. Before this laptop, before the one before that, I had a Chromebook because I was at college every day.
Yeah.
I was like, I can just edit at college. I only need it for like PowerPoint.
I bought this for college.
They are
they're
wank.
They are so bad.
They are very
bad. You can't do anything on them.
Everything has to be in-house. Like, if it's not a Google thing, it's very hard to find what you want.
Using Microsoft.
Even that shit. Yeah, I converted to Docs because I actually kind of I do like Docs. Because everyone can access it if they need to.
Write an essay on Docs.
I can.
I can't.
I can't.
I
Why? Right. Emails. Speaking of emails. You unsubscribe from a thing.
Yeah.
Why do they still send you fucking emails after you've unsubscribed about 3 times?
Because they love you.
I ain't been there for like 4 years. I unsubscribed.
I still get emails from CV Library. I was only using CV Library in year 10 because we had to do a unit in writing CVs.
Yeah, that I didn't get that at school. Like, oh, you've got to learn how to write a CV. I'm like, websites do it for you. You just have to put the information in. I've never written a cover letter, to be fair.
You never? Oh, I've had to write loads. I had to write one to get into uni.
I think I had to do that, but that was kind of different.
Yeah.
Because we were on about this, actually, because Matt, our friend, has started working for Trent.
Yes.
Because he's taking a year out.
How dare you?
I just find it funny. He's like, oh, I'm going to be earning this. I'm like, because you're earning that, you have to actually already start paying the student loans off that you haven't finished the course of. I was like, I get it. You know, money's money. And it's a good work. It's a good job for him.
He's doing good.
It's a good job for him. And we had a chat with him just before in the break. And where was I going with that? Fuck off. I know. Yeah, because we were about universities and whatnot, and Matt's now taking a year out, and Claude's taking a year out.
Yes.
She's had a itty bitty baby.
The most beautiful baby
He's tiny.
we have ever seen.
He's very, very cute.
He's so gorgeous.
But people have changed courses. They do this.
Yeah.
I've never had that feeling. Like, one of our lecturers asked me, like, is this the right thing for you? Would you want to go to, like, media production? Or would you want to go to this one? Or would you go... I'm like, no, I'm quite happy where I am because ours covers a very wide base of stuff to a extent of, like, I can direct this, but I can then edit this.
Yeah.
If I go media production, I'm very limited in what I can do.
It's a bit too specialised.
I don't even know what they fucking do. It's like, I didn't understand it.
They produce media.
But what? Yeah, but does that cover Comcast? Does that cover? Do they have to do a lot of theory? Because I've only seen them one person who I know on that course. They've done one project and one film, and that's all they've ever done. I think a lot of it is looking into how newspapers are done and how TVs are done and how things are set up. And
it's going to be marketing yourself.
A lot,
and shit like
yeah,
that.
a lot of it stuff like how to do a 3-camera set.
I'm assuming it's going to be fairly similar to media studies.
I think it's like the step up, but from what I've seen, it's not. Because it's like, when I first did I had to do media production before I did film and TV production at college, and like Rob will say this next week. We had to do about who makes newspapers, what they can and can't do, magazines, the difference between all the magazine companies, what Ofcom do, what the other companies that kind of like say you've got to be very boring and plain, otherwise it's not going to get made. Yeah. And then you've got the TV side of it, and I was like, oh, who's interested in radio? I'm like, I don't give a shit. No. There's no point. There's no visual. No. We do a podcast.
But
there's a camera now. We have to realise that.
But it is.
I only got into podcasts because of
Sexted.
Because I found them on TikTok.
It isn't the only thing we do, though.
No, this is a side project for me, and I'm enjoying it immensely. It's just that I think camera work and being able to see visuals, again, going back to music, being able to blend all of these things to make a whole project just feels more better for me, whereas media production feels like I've got to design. I think they have to design sets. I can't think of anything fucking worse. They have to make it like little models and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't draw. So no.
I like actually having done some like backstage volunteering and stuff. Actually building like things that come off a truck is fun. I love that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's just that they have to,
modelling.
Like, let's say here is the background for 2.5 Men. Charlie Sheen's house. It's all you have to do is Google Malibu house, look at interiors on estate agents, and what's the time period. But then with 2.5 Men, they just stuck with it until he killed him off. That was 10 years.
It's a bit of the same.
Big Bang Theory. They add things that they talk about throughout the show, which is fine.
But it's still the same.
It's still the same. Friends, it's a fucking cafe. They don't update it at all throughout the entire thing.
No.
With the film, it's like, this is it. If we do a sequel, like let's say when they do the second Batman, I hope that the Batcave might slightly change. His costume will change. Everything changes. They never changed the fashion that any of the friends wore.
No, wow.
The point with like Charlie Sheen, 2.5 Men, they don't change their outfits because that's their characters.
Yeah.
He's laid back. He's a millionaire. The other guy is just a dad. It worked, and the time period kind of helped out with that. And they went, "Oh, now we've got smartphones, and now we've got this." I'm like, yeah, but like even friends were like, "It's a phone." Whoa, wow. It's a phone.
No. I mean, hairstyles changed in Friends, but
not really.
Obviously, the Rachel changed a lot because that was a hairstyle that was very...
Well, they made it popular. That was fine. But like, Joey's just got spikier, got shorter.
Yeah.
Chandler stayed practically
Monica's
the same till he
hair
had
stayed
his
the same.
real life breakdown.
Yeah.
Same with Charlie Sheen. Last season of 2.5 Men, he buzzed his hair.
Yeah.
So he's got short spiky hair instead of his like iconic hairstyle. And then John Hamm not John Hamm.
No, not John Hamm.
John Cryer.
Yes?
John Cryer. I want to say John Cryer, his hair just fell out because he got older. He is an iconic person in the world. Pretty in Pink. Oh, love Pretty in Pink. He's such an actor that it's weird for him when I saw him play Lex Luthor.
Yes.
On,
yeah.
I want to say The Flash or Legends of Tomorrow or Supergirl,
yeah.
sorry. It was really strange being like, he's not a villain, he's a dad.
But he's so nice.
He's a dad. I don't get it. Going very, very far back, what's your favourite film soundtrack? As of like one you could just put on. Obviously, at the minute, Rob's like Spotify top 10 is going to be all the Barbie soundtrack. Mainly Dua Lipa. If you could, so every now and again I get a bit bored of actual music, so I will put on a soundtrack. I've got a whole soundtracks album ones that I can like walk to, and it'll change my mood a bit.
Yeah.
So like, it was raining the other day. I put fucking Oppenheimer's on, and I was just like, I feel depressed. But I feel like...
But it's like a melancholy kind of
Yeah.
good release feeling.
Yeah, it was really strange.
Because if it's raining, I will go for a walk by myself.
Yeah.
Because I need that release.
Like, I'll take Loke out later, but that's fine.
You're going to be sucky. You're going to be a sucky boy.
That sounded wrong. Stuff like...
Sorry,
like
there is a context here.
if I get a late train
Yes.
and I put the Batman soundtrack on, I just feel like something's going to kick off.
Yeah.
And it feels really cool. And Sandman soundtrack was fucking sick.
Oh, God. Love it.
What else have I got?
The
Knives Out. Ooh.
Oh, I know it's not a popular film and it's not a new film, but the Series of Unfortunate Events film, not the TV series.
The Jim Carrey one.
Thomas Newman as a composer is amazing.
Yeah.
So good.
So
emotional.
One of the weirder ones. It's like if I'm like cleaning the house and I'm a bit slightly pissed off. Best soundtrack I've found for that is Doom Eternal, or the first game Doom.
I know it's a meme, but Doom music.
Doom music will get you happier than any other music on the planet.
It's so
because
good.
it's just so heavy that you're just like, a guy went through hell to make this.
Yeah.
Bethesda went, can you make this soundtrack? What's it about? Aliens on Earth. Okay. But they're from the hell. So they're demons.
It's the same as Disney going, so Phil Collins. It's a film about a man who swings on a vine. Just make anything.
That's like, yeah.
No, I'm going to make the greatest fucking
soundtrack
soundtrack
ever
you've ever heard. It's so good.
Disney at one point just went, you know what we need? Phil Collins.
Phil Collins.
Brother Bear? Phil Collins. Brother Bear. Fucking...
Oh, I love Brother Bear.
That's a good one to walk to. Bit of Phil Collins. Another one, again, bringing it whole full circle. Midsummer Murders. Walking just randomly through town or anywhere. You could be on a fucking cliff listening to something like, I'm going to get a brick to the head. And you're either really cautious about your surroundings or you just feel like I'm in a weird, happy little hobbit village.
Yeah. Oh,
Do you have like a favourite composer?
a favourite Murray Gold and Thomas Newman.
At the minute, it would have to be Ludwig Göransson. Because that man is just... He's becoming... Again, going to Community, he's... Because of him, we have Donald Glover.
Yes.
We have the Community melody, which I think is just iconic because it's all the characters and songs all together. Motherfucker just went, you know what I need to do in my career? The Mandalorian soundtrack. That man, his career just went boom. A door fucking opens in Mandalorian. His little plays, and you're like, oh,
love that.
Star Wars is back, baby. It's back. And then we got The Last Jedi, and that's all I'll say. Yeah, what a bag of wank that was.
Yeah.
Although I need to revisit it, even though I hate it very much. But then he's done Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Oh.
I think the way he does music with the different styles of instruments is just very clever. Compared to someone who's a bit like Hans Zimmer. Like Hans Zimmer's weirdest one, I think, is Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man 2. Because it sounds very cool, but like you realise that Pharrell Williams is on the same track.
Yeah. I like Hans Zimmer, but he's not my favourite.
But you got Interstellar though.
Yeah, good point.
Interstellar is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I like the guy. They didn't bring him back for the sequel, but the guy who did the first... what do you call it?
He's not a film composer, but Max Richter's really good.
When you think of Danny Elfman.
Oh.
Now, I don't mind Danny Elfman. Stuff like, Batman and Spider-Man.
I've got a Corpse Bride tattoo.
Well,
so.
yeah, but his Tim Burton stuff is fine.
Yeah.
And, it's always going to be iconic. He did Batman and Spider-Man, like I said.
Yeah.
And then I didn't listen to a lot of his, and I've listened back after seeing what he's recently done, and some of it's the same. He did Wednesday, and I was like, yeah, it just sounds like anyone could have done it. But he did Multiverse of Madness, because obviously Sam Raimi directed it.
Oh.
So I was like, okay.
I didn't know that was him.
Yeah. So I've got 3 on here that are really, really good, and then I have to listen back, and I go, oh yeah, this is Danny Elfman. But it's so good that I don't realise it's Danny Elfman, because a lot of his stuff is kind of the same.
Yeah.
But he didn't come back for the second one for some reason. Alan Silvestri as well is a very good composer. Who did it? Nathan Johnson. He did the Knives Out sound of the first one, but they didn't bring him back for the second. Don't know why. Probably something internal. But the most iconic one is Michael Giacchino, I think.
Yeah.
To going from Pixar to then doing Jojo's Rabbit, I think is such a weird career jump. And then he went, you know what? After Hitler, Batman.
I mean, Jojo Rabbit, it's like dark and heavy, but
it has the height.
Dark and heavy.
Yeah, but you listen to it, and it's also got the Oktoberfest.
Yes.
Jumpiness of iconic. I want to say Lederhosen kind of style of you. In Hoodwinked, you ever see Hoodwinked?
Yes, I love Hoodwinked.
Right, the weird French 2004 film with a weird good cast. The Axeman, he's got the Lederhosen and he's jumpy. That's what I imagine German people's music originally sounded like. Not trying to be stereotypical, but you think of very jumpy Oktoberfest. All right, American stereotypes of Germans and Oktoberfest.
If my friend Oceana is watching this, we're sorry.
Okay. I guess we are. I've no idea who that is, but okay.
She's not.
Why not? You're a bitch. Send that to her. But yeah, that's how Jojo Rabbit was probably done, because it's just meant to be a stereotypical version of what Hitler was like.
Yeah.
It was looking into it and being oh, he actually the unicorn thing. He never smoked.
No.
He never ate meat.
No.
But actually, all the good things about him, not eating meat, is fine. Good for you for not eating meat. He didn't smoke. That's great. He didn't drink.
He was an animal lover.
Yeah, he had such good quality.
Murdered millions.
But murdered millions. It's such a weird dynamic shift. And Michael Giacchino went, you know what? Happiness.
Yeah, I think.
Bye. I'm gonna go do the most depressing Batman soundtrack on the planet, and it's
I
fucking perfect.
He's just so multi-talented. He's so good.
And I think that can be slightly an issue with some.
We're fine.
All right.
Yeah, we're fine.
That was very quick.
Hold on. I'm just going to start it and stop it again.
Okay.
We have the same problem I think it was the same problem we had when we were doing the dance show stuff.
There was the weirdest. They were the weirdest 2 nights
of our
of
lives.
working that I've done, and I've worked some strange. The weirdest one when they brought. I did a gig for the guy who does piano, British guy, he has his own show. Jules Holland.
So helpful.
Jules Holland.
Jules Holland. You did a thing for Jules Holland?
Yeah, he did a gig in Chef.
You never told me this.
I never told you the story.
No.
So you kind of work with a company who live streams gigs to this charity.
Mm-hmm.
No, they are the charity. They live stream the gigs to kids in hospital who can't go to the gig and they want to go see. I did a few. I've seen.
And they wanted to see Jules Holland.
People have illnesses.
They wanted to see Jules Holland.
Well, they can be any age. I think. I used to think the people who wanted to go. Yeah. So.
Okay.
So did Jules Holland.
Mm-hmm.
He was a very nice guy. You ever been to Sheffield City Hall?
Yes.
So as you look at it. Anyway.
Explain it anyway.
That's why I went to see Russell Howard and I was showing
right.
Lou where to go and we saw him outside the venue and we didn't meet him, unfortunately. We just missed him. But we saw him like talking to someone.
Yeah.
As Sheffield City Hall is done, there's 2 layers, but then there's actually a third one on top where like there's a fire, there's always like plug ports for like lights and stuff.
For your pyros and shit.
No, it's more like we could put a light or a camera and have it like the light.
Okay.
And I was no more than this much space with a mini Ursa, like cramped up for like a good 3 hours of a gig.
No, that.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, thanks to the there's people recording. I think I can see a guy in the top right being cramped." And I went, "Hi,
it's me."
But the weirdest part of the night is that we brought Mark Hartman out, and I realised then in that moment, Mark Hartman cannot sing anymore. I don't know whether it's because
Do you know who can't sing anymore. This is controversial. Elton John.
He's retiring.
He's struggling.
He's retiring. He's fine.
I know he's not
Who
old.
else did I see?
Not old.
We did. Who's that guitarist who went on X Factor and got kicked off? Lucy Spraggan. So did her gig in Rock City once. Did the song about alcohol.
Yes. Yeah.
Best I can do.
Yeah.
She's in hot water at a minute apparently. Don't know what for.
Everyone's been fucking.
And
hot water at the
then
minute.
I did Becky Hill. Is that a person?
Oh yeah, Becky Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were in rescue rooms
Oh, I love
for
rescue
that.
rooms.
Yeah.
Why would she be in rescue rooms?
This was before she got kind of big.
Okay.
I guess. Well, big. She has like 2 songs that I know of. We were in the gig room, and you know it's got like a balcony on the top.
Yeah.
Me and Jake, who's featured on this podcast twice now, he's not actually been in the room when recording.
Jake, what are you playing at?
Yeah,
Please get you on. I'll text you.
We're gonna get him on very soon to talk about some really cool projects that he's working on. But it was me and him, and he never did a live gig, but he needed a work experience. So I was like, I'll show you. So we were on this gig, and because her songs are so bassy, it shook the balcony. So if she ever went to, right, we're cutting to your camera in 3, 2, 1, there was no point because it was vibrating that much. The sensor couldn't hack it.
No.
So our thing, she could only do our camera if she was talking. Any songs, we just had to sit back for about 3 minutes. We had 3-minute breaks every 5 minutes. She's like, okay, can you just zoom in on her talking about something? Or I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
But we can't do anything else.
So whilst she was just singing around, we were just practicing like zoom
having a good
pulls
time.
and like focus pulls, and we were just practicing like fiddling with the camera, and I was showing Jake all this stuff. I did a few more, some local. The weirdest one was my parents were away. There's one at Real Time in Chesterfield. So it's not too far. We walked past it today. Got a big guitar outside.
Yeah.
When they did music, because there's a whole thing about that in a minute. They've stopped doing live gigs, and it's a whole inside thing. It's a whole weird thing. And they were a cover band called Kings of Leon. So Kings OV Leon. So they could get away with it. And they did a lot of swearing. Weirdly enough, but the
shit cover band. No,
it's really shit. They were a shit band for a start. He couldn't sing. He couldn't sing either. And the weirdest part was parents were away, so Jake and Mel came over, and I had to go work this gig with another mate. So I said, right, you guys stay here and we're going to go work this gig and we'll come back. And then they said, well, we'll meet you wherever. A good 40 minutes into this gig, it is now 11 o'clock at night. And Jake calls me saying, we're not feeling very well. I went, okay, what's up? He's like, I don't know. We're both very dizzy. We're both this. I think you've got a CO2 leak.
Oh,
no, what's carbon monoxide? CO3?
CO.
Is it just CO?
Yeah, because one.
Becca,
Becca, please help.
He was like, I think you've got a CO leak. So I'm like, and with this house, it's cursed. Whenever my parents go away on holiday, something will go wrong.
Yeah.
Something always goes fucking wrong. And I was like, right, okay, I'll call British Gas. I was like, I went on their helpline or whatever because I couldn't call anyone.
No.
They were like, look, I think I've got a CO leak. Guy came over. He was like, are you all right? Everyone at the house went, yeah. They're like, can you open all your windows and doors before we get there? I went, yeah. I ran back home, opened all these windows and doors. And I was like, look, I've been standing outside. They've gone home.
Yeah.
Jake says they had some CO in their system, but like a minute scale. Mm-hmm. This guy went all over the house and went, I can't find anything. Have you got a CO monitor? I went, I believe there's one in my room tucked away because obviously I'm above the kitchen. That's
going to be an issue.
Yeah, I've not picked up anything. I've been near your meter, been all near. He went around the entire house. Because obviously they have to like redo it every day to make sure the levels are correct.
Yeah, of course.
So I was like, fuck me. It's like, look, here's another CO monitor. Get rid of your old one. This one's brand new. It's going to like be safer. I was like, right, okay, Christ. I was like, how much do I owe you? He was like, oh, no, nothing.
Aww.
Look, you're away. This was years and years college time. So I was like 16. Yeah. So I was like, look, I've got money to pay if I need to owe you any money for the CO monitor, for your time, you know. You've come out. And I was like, no, this is our job. Bless. We've come out to do this. I'm like, this is so great. Thanks so much. Rob stayed that night. Rob was fine. Jake called an ambulance. And they were like, you've got CO in your system. I was like, well, I don't know how you've got that. But anyway, that was so weird. But going on the fact that my parents always go away. Yeah. Once they went away and the bathroom caved in. The pipes burst on the inside. Last time they went away, the 3D printer broke. If you can remember that.
I can remember that. You were devastated.
I had commissions that as well.
You were so sad.
I had like 3 or 4 commissions that I tried to get done. And the hot end broke. So the fucking what do you call it?
It's not a needle. No, what do I mean?
Not the needle. Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
So you have your hot end, which is the thing that the filament goes through and it comes through all melted, and it snaps on the inside. And I've still got the old hot end. I'm still slowly caving away at it every so and again with a grinder, not a grinder, sander. But the nozzle snapped inside. Yeah. So I couldn't get it out. It was fused essentially to it. I don't know how the hell. So I had to get a new hot end, fix that hot end, and then I had to try and fix everything else that I had to like reattach the tubes, get all the new screws in. Lost like a screw. So I had to like MacGyver kind of fixing this 3D printer, and eventually, and I've kind of not touched it for a while until today because it seems to keep not working. I don't know. For some reason now it is working. I don't know if it was settings. I've gone back to all settings. It's now working. I hope, because last time I checked during the break, it was working. But my parents go away soon.
Oh fuck.
So I'm very much caught. They went away. That broke, and then like a door handle came off. Things they seem to go away.
What are we gonna lose this?
I don't know. I just remember. The bathroom caved in, the pipes went in, and I was late for college. And they were like, "Where are you? You know, like, why are you late? Why are you late?" I went, "I've been on the phone to a plumber all morning."
Issue.
My bathroom kind of just started caving in this morning, so they had to get the dining room redone and the bathroom redone. All went through and luckily it wasn't any of our faults. The pipe just went on the. So it was just leaking throughout. Yeah. We had to get like dryers in for like 3 days, dry it all out. Things have to go to like restorations because we've got like family artwork that's been in the house for years. It was mental. Like we had to get everything replaced or sent to restorers. So it was mental. And I was just like, they were like, "Why are you late?" I went, "Bathroom."
Excuse me.
That bathroom kind of caved in once. Hello.
Oh. I should have done that and started screaming. Ah! What have you done to the poor baby?
It's on USB apparently.
Oh, why has it done that? That's not going to happen.
Oh.
Turn it off and on again. Didn't like how you shook that.
It's gonna go on battery, but we're almost done.
Is it recording?
So yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
Just double checking.
So does that ever happen to you? Do you does anyone do your parents go away and then things just collapse?
I usually go away with my parents. If not, I'm at uni. Nothing goes wrong. It's when there's been a couple of times where me, mum, and dad have gone away whilst Becca was still living at home, and something's gone wrong. She burnt a hole in our first air fryer.
How do you burn a hole in an air fryer?
She melted
I'd just like to say as well, mum and dad know about this curse.
Yeah.
They know that if they go away, something is going to go wrong. And I'd like to just point out the fact that if anything does go wrong, it ain't my fault.
It's just the forces.
The carbon monoxide thing was generally an accident. Nothing, there was nothing that would happen.
No.
I've never burnt down the house. The pipes burst wasn't my fault. There's some other shit as well. And I'm just I'm sick of them going away and something going wrong. Because it's always going to be, luckily, being now at uni, I'll be able to go away and be I'm not touched the house. The house can't be broken.
If
Something
no one's
is
in the
fine.
house, no one's at
If
fault.
no one's in the house, we've been broken into and they've
Yeah.
burst the
Fuck
pipe on purpose.
something.
Exactly. But I'm just not ready for them to go away again.
No.
Because when I go away, nothing goes wrong.
I usually get ill, but that's about it.
When I go away, last time I went down to London, I got mumps, like I said last week. Oh no, last time I went to, I think I saw Green Day, so
No.
I was fine that 2 days that I went down.
No, the only times I've gone abroad, I've gotten ill, but I think that's because of a change of the humidity.
I always get a fucking cold.
It's because of the change of humidity, I think.
I think that's.
This is riveting. This is so interesting.
I think at this point we should wrap this up. And
Yeah. Also, going back all the way back to the etiquette thing.
Oh yes.
He posted the correct way to do cream and jam on a scone. And I say scone.
I say scone.
Not scone.
I know I'm northern, but it's still a scone.
Scone.
It's a cone with an S. It's a scone.
It's a scone. It's not.
If he says scone, then I'm going scone.
It's scone. He says scone.
Well, then I don't believe him. But he said that there was no right way, and it doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. If anything, cream on one side, jam on the other,
Make
together. Sandwich.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it in half, I say jam first. Because it's easier to just
like he said, it don't matter.
Plop the cream on
It
top.
don't matter. It don't matter. That's like saying, oh yeah, here's a bread, here's some toast. Would you butter first or jam first?
Butter first.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
But it don't matter because
Ultimately,
you're still gonna fucking eat it. But with toast, you have to get the bread nice and soft, even though you've toasted it.
Also, please don't put a buttery knife in your jam. Which is not a euphemism.
Anyway, Rob's back next week, and I'm hoping he has some tales from his holiday.
Yeah, maybe. Has it rained? Has it shone? It's rained.
I fucking hope it's rained.
It rained when I went to Scarborough. It was lovely.
Yeah.
But it rained.
But thank you ever so much for listening.
Thank you.
Hope you have a very good day. Apologies that last week's video on YouTube was late. Shit went down last week, and I was not prepared for it. So this week I should be on time.
Look, we're only human.
Sometimes.
Why are you asking so much?
I know, right? But thank you ever so much for listening. Please like, share, and download the episodes.
And
Rate us.
notifications.
Yes.
Please.
Love a good. It's always nice seeing your phone. We've uploaded. It's a nice feeling.
Yeah.
Seeing random titles pop up, and your parents ask, "What the fuck do you listen to?"
It's just a bit of brightness to your day. Gotta love it.
Not this week, but who my came up for me. Not for me, for Blue, saying that we uploaded on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And obviously last week's was called Barbenheimer in London. No,
it was Heartstopper in London.
Heartstopper in London.
London Explorations.
And I think I realised, what the fuck do you listen to? And then I realised it was ours. So I was like, oh yeah, we're good at titles, can you tell? But anyway, thank you so much. So goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Look says bye, but you're fast on.
Oh, bless him. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.